Hiya. Sorry. What a busy day it is today. Lots of things happening today. I'm Myrna Loy, Blackbright News, Managing Editor and Director, and I am about to show you a video. If you're in America, you've probably seen it already all over the news about the white lady who called the police on an 8-year-old who was selling outside her house. Apparently the young girl was selling water so she could save up to go to Disneyland, and her mother had lost her job. So I think personally that it was a very entrepreneurial spirit that little girl had, and rather than calling the police on her, they should have been applauding her. I mean, she could have been out there stealing or something. You know what I mean? What she was doing was not illegal. She's selling on her private property. I mean, I don't know how it works in the United States, whether outside your house is considered private property, but she was selling it outside her house and selling water, not anything illegal, to passers-by, which to me was ingenious, you know. And she's got a little cooler for those people walking by. They're buying water. So why would you not applaud that kind of spirit where she's thinking outside the box and making money? Anyway, I'm going to show you the video. The good news is that the little girl got 4 tickets to go to Disneyland. Hope that doesn't mean everybody's going to be outside selling water, but hey, in the UK, you can't get a license anyway unless you're over 17. So she would not have been permitted a license at her age. She's only 8. Yeah, so I'm going to show you the video, and if you've seen it before, bear with me. And for those who haven't seen it, I'd like to know your thoughts.
Good morning, Saturday. We begin this half hour with another incident of a minority being targeted while performing everyday activities. A South Carolina woman is facing assault and battery charges after being accused of hitting a black teenager at a community pool.
What the hell is that?
How's that feel?
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. You know what sometimes happens?
A little girl was trying to sell bottled water.
Yeah, this is the one. What sometimes happens is when you've watched it to the end, it goes on to the next video. So that's what happened in that one. So forget that one.
So she could go to Disneyland. Now her story has exploded into a flood of controversy. That video of her neighbor calling the police, now viewed more than 1 million times. This morning, 8-year-old Jordan Rogers is an internet sensation for selling bottled water on the street in front of her house.
This woman don't want to let a little girl sell some water.
This woman is Allison Edelman. This morning, she's a social media villain for calling the cops on her young neighbor.
Illegally selling water without a permit?
We don't know what happened leading up to this video being shot. Edel, being called Permit Patty online, said she was working at home upstairs. Jordan's sales pitch loud and non-stop.
I had 5 people right there in the stern, and they said, please, I'm trying to work, and you're screaming, you're yelling, and people have open windows, it's a hot day, can you please keep it down?
Edel says she never confronted Jordan, just her mother, Erin Austin, took this video.
They call police on an 8-year-old little girl, you can hide all you want, the whole world gonna see you, boo.
Austin tells a different story.
She never asked us to be quiet, she just came out and directly demanded to see a permit to sell water from an 8-year-old.
Saturday Night Live cast member Cecily Strong parodied the incident with her own video.
This woman is calling the police on the flowers for drinking the water and illegally drinking my water. Illegally drinking my water.
Some on social media say they're reminded of a similar incident in Oakland 2 months ago. A woman dubbed Barbecue Becky called police to report an African-American man grilling in an area where it wasn't allowed. Some say both incidents are racially motivated.
That woman thought that she could use her white privilege, and it didn't work.
Edel says she's now got...
Oh dear, that's a difficult one, isn't it? Because personally, if I was trying to work, if that is the case, I was trying to work and I had the windows open and like we know it's hot, I would be annoyed if I heard kids screaming. I mean, where I live now, when I open up the window, the kids are screaming and they're making a noise and they're on their bikes and you've got bikes revving. But what can you do? It's a part of living in a society where that happens. If you don't want noise, you go and live in the country somewhere. So I don't understand why she would call the police. I understand her frustration, but I don't understand why you would call the police on an 8-year-old. Yeah, especially when it's not illegal. And like I said, you know, the little girl was trying to show an entrepreneurial spirit. I know it had a happy ending. I don't think it should have been blown out of proportion to the extent that it has. Those people that called the police on the guys doing the barbecue, some people are self-righteous. You know, some people don't disobey. And sometimes when they see a black person disobey, it makes it even worse. You know, maybe if it was a white person, they might probably shoo them off and say, listen, you're not supposed to be barbecuing on that area of land. You know, so will you take it somewhere else? But with a black person, as usual, the fear, they don't want to approach them, they don't want to go near them, they don't feel they can interact with them, they don't want to interact with them, so they call the police. It's not necessary. It's about communication and understanding cultures. You know, we are not animals. We're not crazy. You know what I mean? Of course, it's crazy all over the world, you know, but the majority of people are not crazy. They just want to have fun. And you know, when it's times like this, you look for any area of land. And if you're in a community where you're closed off and you see an area of land that's not being utilised, you might say, oh, look, you know, let's go and try and have a barbecue here. We're not going to be disturbing anyone. It's not like they had loud music or whatever. So it's about having that little understanding and compassion and empathy. But people don't have that. People are in their own little world, you know, demanding what's right, what's wrong. You shouldn't speak that way. You shouldn't behave that way. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You must speak this way. It's, you know, it's tiring. It's tiring. Sometimes we just want a little release. We just want a break. You work, a lot of people work 8 hours a day under a confining environment where you're told to do, you know, in order to keep your job, you have to do what your boss says. And that's a part of the game. That's a part of that's the rules of the game, I should say. But when you're outside that environment, you don't want no hassle from your wife, you don't want no hassle from your husband, you don't want no restrictions from neighbours and friends and families. You just want some moment to chill and just be able to do what you enjoy doing. And sometimes it will annoy others. But like I said, if you want to live undisturbed and you don't want to see any breaches of rules or regulations, go and buy a house in the country or in the suburbs. It's much safer and you'll be much happier and it'll be more peaceful. Ciao for now.